Hey everybody, welcome to the Solar Sister channel. It's your girl Solar Sister coming to you once again with another video. Guys, I wanted to come on here and just talk with you a little bit about something that has been kind of on my mind for the past few days, and just wanted to come on here and talk to you about it. You see the name of the title, it's time for us to get high. I know many of y'all were probably thinking some other kind of high, but we're going to talk about it in just one moment. But let's take care of some housekeeping things. Guys, if you would, go ahead, thumbs up the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit the notification bell if you'd like to be made aware of upcoming videos. And feel free to share with anyone you think might benefit. So, one of the things that I have been able to do since I've been here in the Gambia, and I'm so appreciative of it. I actually had started doing some of my work, some of my healing work before I even got here to the Gambia, but being here on the continent in the Gambia has given me the ability to kind of to just get still, to get stabilized, so to speak. And I've been kind of seeing some things that have been talked about regarding the Woman King movie. And I remember seeing like a trailer, I think maybe on Facebook or something like that. I remember seeing the trailer before the movie came out, and I had already known then that I wasn't, concerned about seeing this movie. I wasn't going to see this movie. And one of the questions that I remember asking myself then, and I'm still asking now, but I know the answer now, but then I asked, why now? Why is this movie coming out now? Like, do we really need a movie showing, black women being strong and fighting and so forth? And so again, like I said, I asked the question, why now? And the answer to the question, why now, is because these people who have control over the Hollywood scene, they don't do things without having a reason for the narrative that they're trying to put out there. Let's just put that out there. The media has a certain narrative that they want to put out about black people, and we know the best way to get information into people's heads and into their minds, where it can just kind of stay there and it can just be, just kind of become this whole tumultuous thing if it needs to, is to put it on a big screen, put it on TV. Y'all don't even understand how there's a reason why people play music in stores, because mentally, when you're listening to music and you're in there shopping and looking for things, the music does something to you that calms you and relaxes you and makes you go in and spend more money than you would have spent if the music wasn't playing. There's a reason why they put certain colors up in stores, and like even in schools, like, teachers who have, they fix up their classrooms. They know that there's certain colors that, motivate students. There's certain colors that don't motivate students, and so forth. Even if you think about when you were growing up, there are commercials that still ring in your head. You can, if somebody says, give me a McDonald's commercial, you can come up with a McDonald's jingle, song, whatever. If somebody mentioned Wendy's, there's something that might come up, you might think of, where's the beef? You might think of the Oscar Mayer Wiener song. You might think of the Band-Aid song. But there are things that you recall based on the continuous playing of a certain thing, the continuous watching of a certain thing. And so that's what they continue to do to get into the psyche of people, and namely us. So I just want people, the title of this video is, It's Time to Get High. I just want black people to be able to start recognizing what kind of messaging is being sent through certain movies, certain TV shows, commercials, and so forth. I remember on Facebook there was a discussion about this Jeffrey Dahmer movie. And I asked myself again, why now? I don't, I've never seen the Jeffrey Dahmer movie on Netflix or whatever they're talking about. I remember the story of Jeffrey Dahmer, but that was, I think, in the 80s, maybe the 90s, I don't know. But we have to start asking ourselves why. When you think about the victims of Jeffrey Dahmer, most of those victims were gay black men, if I'm not mistaken. I remember it being, I think that was the story. It was a bunch of gay black men who were being brutalized and eaten and so forth by this man. And so I just want people to start questioning, why are certain stories brought out at a certain time? Y'all, this stuff is real out here that these people are doing. This mental mind effery, for lack of a better word. This mental mind effery that these people do, they don't just do it just because, we're going to make a lot of money at the box office. There's a deeper reason behind why they do what they do. And it's time for us to pull ourselves out of this mental game that these people have been playing and start asking the questions. Why now? Why do they want me to see this now? Why do they want me to hear this now? Same thing that's happened with music. I remember before I left the States and I had this nostalgic moment where I was driving. I can still remember where I was driving, and I remember the song came on Always and Forever. And I remember just saying to myself, what happened? What happened to those kinds of songs? Where men were singing about the love of their life and the woman was singing about the man of her dreams and blah, 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 blah. Then it turned into this whole shifting of, women becoming B's and H's. And y'all, I know that's not how you spell it, but y'all know what I'm saying. B's and H's, and then men became the N words and this, that, and the third. And we have to just understand how these words that are out there in the atmosphere, how they actually beat us down mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even physically. So when I say it's time for us to come high, or for us to get high, it's time for us to get out of that low level debasing kind of thinking, kind of acting, and start getting back to who we were meant to be, who we are, and just stop accepting just the bare minimum from ourselves and from each other. I came up with the topic, it's time to get high, because I was watching some of the footage from the devastation left behind in Florida by Hurricane Ian. And a lot of times that's what people will do when they're trying to assess the destruction and the damage that was caused from a storm. They get up in a helicopter, or they make sure they have an aerial view of what has happened so that they can see the big picture. That's why I want people, melanated people, to get up high so we can really start assessing this whole situation and see what kind of devastation is being caused, has been caused, so that we can figure out the best strategy to move forward. One thing that I've noticed here on the continent since I've been here in the Gambia is that, since I've been here in the Gambia, for sure, but I know on the continent, this place is full of natural resources. Yes, it's full of natural resources, but I want you to start thinking outside of the natural resources, because there are resources in other places too. But yes, Africa, the continent, is full of natural resources. But I want Africans and I want black people abroad in the diaspora to understand what the main resource is that other people can't have, they can't access anymore. The main resource is the melanated people. If we don't fully understand who we are, we don't fully understand just how important, just how necessary we are in the grand scheme of things. It's not about all of the money that you can spend on all of the material things that the West says that you need to have and all the houses. If we don't get to a place where we fully understand that we are the natural resource that people cannot duplicate, if we don't understand that, we cannot move the narrative forward, y'all. So I am imploring melanated people across the world, across the globe, to get to a place where you understand that if you do not elevate your thinking and get high so that you can actually see what kind of devastation these people are trying to continue to wreak onto our communities, onto our psyche. And it's for a reason. It's to keep us shook, keep us focused on all of the things that we think we don't have, when really all we need is us. We are the main resource. And if we cannot get our minds wrapped around that thing, we're going to keep being pulled to and fro, and we're going to stay off balance. We're going to stay focusing on the wrong things. We're going to stay not realizing just how powerful we are wherever we are. So guys, I'm going to leave it right there. But again, the title of this video, Let's Get High. It's time for us to do it, y'all. It's time for us to heal. It's time for us to understand why traumas were visited upon us, because it was to keep us from knowing and realizing that we really are the natural resource. We really are the original resource. And all we need, we already have wrapped up inside of us, inside of this beautiful thing we call melanin. So guys, I'm going to leave it right here. But like I always say, if you cannot do anything else, protect your headspace, protect your heart space, guys, and keep your vibration high. Until the next one, it's your girl, Solar Sister. Peace.